Hey, this is GunsmithBeard back with another gun video. So this week we're going to do an update on what aftermarket parts I have put on some of the guns. Some you have not seen, some you probably have seen. So we're going to answer some questions that I did get on the channel and also on social media. And so that way you guys can get a broader perspective on some of the aftermarket parts you can put on these guns after you've already built them. So that's what we're going to do today. So first off, I want to thank you guys. If you're a returning subscriber, I appreciate it. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Also, a big thank you to our channel supporters, which are Brownells, SWAMPFOX Optics, and Shooting Innovations. Thank you guys. I really appreciate all that you do for the channel and make this possible. So let's dive right in. Let's start with the BRN-180, which is an exclusive build that you can build from Brownells. So if you want a BRN-180, you can buy a complete, or a stripped lower and a complete upper. And then after that, you're kind of in the woods, so to speak, with aftermarket parts. So here's what I kind of decked mine out with. And I have a cheat sheet because I can't remember all this stuff off the top of my head. So on my BRN-180, we'll start with the stock. So I went with the Midwest 1913 folding skeletonized stock, and that was about $130. And they do vary on prices. That's just kind of what I paid for it at the time. And if you aren't familiar, it does have QD mounts on that, which is one of the selling points, and the construction is really why I bought that. The pistol grip that's on this one is an ERGO. I like those. It's not the only grip I put on guns. I do kind of vary between like B5 and BCM. So I've kind of gotten away over the years from Magpul. So I tend to gravitate towards those three brands, so to speak. The trigger in this one is a Rise Armament Performance Series. I think I paid about $300 for that one. Lower parts kit was just a run-of-the-mill Brownells LPK. I think at the time that I got it, it was about 50 bucks. So again, we're not breaking the bank at all. The Optic was sent to me by SWAMPFOX. This is the SABER Fix 5, and it is a PRISM, one of I think the world's biggest at the time, biggest PRISM, and that runs right now at $330. And then also I wanted to have irons, so these are 45 flip up. These are the Magpul Pro Series, and if you're not really familiar with the Pro Series versus the regular MBUS, the Pro Series are metal, they're not polymer, and so that's always a huge plus having metal irons because they won't break. So those are running currently at $136. And then the vertical grip I'm running is a BCM M-LOK short. Short meaning it's just short in stature. It's not the longer version, which those are getting harder to find if you like the longer. I don't, I like the short. Those are running about 18 bucks. The muzzle brake, I know I'm gonna call out Jeff. He had a great question about who makes the muzzle brake and maybe some more information about that. So Jeff, this one's for you. The muzzle brake is by Sharps Brothers, and if you're not familiar with that company, they've kind of been around the block for PCC stuff for a very long time. They're a very good company. This is a 3D printed, metal 3D printed muzzle device called the Badlands, and this thing is really, really cool. It's very light, it's very robust. It's obviously, because this is a 223-556 gun, the thread on this is a 1/2 by 28 TPI, and so the sticker price on this is about $130. The flashlight, I think is the last piece on this that we haven't talked about. This is the Enforce, and I think I paid about $150 for the Enforce. It's the Enforce WML White Gen 2 Ultra Compact. So that's a mouthful, but that is what's on here. I had to run a larger Picatinny M-LOK underneath, which I think I paid about 15 bucks for. So by any means, I'm not really breaking the bank with this build. It does have a lot of nice features on it. So I really like the way it turned out. It's an awesome little build. It has a lot of high quality parts on it, and really happy with this one. So that should answer a lot of the questions on my BRN-180 build. So let's put this one aside. Had a few questions again on my mic 102. So the mic 102 has gotten a lot of parts. So you guys haven't seen all the bells and whistles that got added to this bad boy unless you've been on social media. You got a sneak peek on my Instagram showing you what direction I rapidly went to. So let's talk about what the parts are on it. So this Picatinny stock is actually by CNC Warrior. I think I paid about 150 bucks if I remember correctly. It might have been more, but like I said, I bought this several years ago and just kind of stockpiled it and saved it. The pistol grip is the B5 22 or 23 model, I can't remember. The optic, I went with the Brownells MPO donut, and so the donut is a really cool optic. It's a 30 millimeter tube. You can opt, right now it's a great time to buy it because you get the cantilever base for free. You don't have to pay anything extra for it, and it's a good quality scope base. It's a 0 MOA, so it has no minute of angle adjustment. And it is illuminated, so you can turn the illuminator on the donut itself on and off if you want. It has different settings. It does have half settings on the illuminator, so if you like a certain brightness, you can kind of twist the turret in between settings and it shuts off, so you have quick access. It does come with the scope caps, which I thought was really cool. Overall, the construction of this optic is really good. Obviously, just by looking at it, you can tell it's an LPVO. So this is a great optic. I haven't gotten irons on this yet, but you can see there's not a lot of clearance with this mount and this setup. So it might just live in LPVO world or whatever in the meantime, unless I swap out the optics. But I think this is a great optic. Not because I used to work for this company, but they do make really good optics. The glass is not Chinese, if you're not familiar. They are Japanese glass, so clarity is really good. And so really high end. And I had to just jump on this. Sorry guys, I know you guys, I was waiting for recommendations from you before I mounted anything, but this was on sale for $2.99 at Brownells, and it included the mount for that price. So that's just a stupid price. It might be because Brownells is trying to push this line out, I don't know. But all I know is that's a ridiculous price for an LPVO, especially this quality, because I am familiar where these come from, and they do come from a very reputable plant, and the quality of the products are superb. So enough with that. My vertical grip is a Shrike Industries. I think they call this one the Link. So this is a really cool vertical grip. The panels that I have, I'm sure I'm going to have people ask, or I think I've already had a few people ask the panels. This is a really cool company. This is Black Slate Industries, and the reason I jumped on this, because if you look at VZ grips, their panels are really expensive. You get one, you don't get multiple, you only get one, and it's like 50 bucks. These are really cool. They're polymer, so they're not G10 material, which is the higher end material, but you get 3 of these for I think 17 bucks. So I feel like you really can't beat that. So not only have I installed these on this gun, I think I've installed them on several others just because the price is so ridiculously low. I was like, and I like them. The texture is really good. They're easy to install. They're well made. So you guys, if you're not familiar with Black Slate Industries, you guys need to check those out. And so lastly is my muzzle device. So you guys might already know just by how outlandish this is. It is the JMAC, and it's the loud and flashy 28. And 28 obviously is because it's a 1/2 by 28 TPI. So granted, that it makes sense when you kind of think about like the thread pitch and the caliber and all that stuff, why they would name it that. And then loud and flashy because holy cow, guys, look at this. The thing is, it's freaking huge. And I'm sure being a brake of this size, it will be pretty flashy, big flash coming out the side, and very loud. So I just thought it was really cool. It definitely completes the look of this rifle. This rifle already has the AK style going on. Why not put a muzzle device from an AK company? I mean, even JMAC was like, this is sick. It really topped off the look for this build. So even the company that made it loved it. So hopefully you guys like it. If you have any more questions, I don't mind doing these videos and answering your questions because it's all about you guys. I love doing what I do, and I love bringing information that you guys are really wanting. So thank you again for your time. If you guys have any input or comments, please leave them below, and I will catch you in the next video. See ya.